happening? A well-organized lie. A well-organized lie. Defeats a disorganized truth every time. Who we?
A pseudo gon' die, they saw a pseudo killer, I'm a pseudo killer, intellectual sunsling, hey. I'm a pseudo killer, intellectual sunsling, hey. I'm a pseudo killer, intellectual sunsling, hey. Pseudo gon' die, they saw a pseudo killer, I'm a pseudo killer, intellectual sunsling, hey. I'm a pseudo killer, intellectual sunsling, hey. I'm a pseudo killer, intellectual sunsling. Who do you believe in? People bringing misinformation when that information ain't disinformation, that's disinformation. Gotta know the difference in information, get information with the pseudo killer army hunting pseudo. Cause you gotta train your mind to fight against them pseudo judo. People with the scholarship salute, we give them kudos. But the people with that look of shit, we look and see straight through those like telescope. If you ain't speaking fast, we gotta tell them folks and let them know the truth. You bringing malinformation to blast, then you the Ku Klux. Like say, don't talk me to death, bro, what the proof of? Good choo-choo chillin', why you wanna go way bad choo-choo? Shalom boy got the tank in the cut. I'm in Sosa World plotting on the kick though with Kent. Come in Tiffany gave me the pseudo names on the list and said went and got the low. Anthony got him in the scope, Gullah and Gozy make sure DNA ain't a problem for them folks. Cause a pseudo gon' die, they saw a pseudo killer, I'm a pseudo killer, intellectual sunsling, hey. I'm a pseudo killer, intellectual sunsling, hey. I'm a pseudo killer, intellectual sunsling, hey. Pseudo gon' die, they saw a pseudo killer, I'm a pseudo killer, intellectual sunsling, hey. I'm a pseudo killer, intellectual sunsling, hey. I'm a pseudo killer, intellectual sunsling, hey.
We're not attacking individuals. We're attacking the information and attacking the methodology. This is long time coming right here. Let them know that we right there, running neck and neck with all other communities. We will not be left behind.
Oh man, y'all know what it is. Black African power. What's good? What's happening? A well-organized lie. A well-organized lie defeats a disorganized truth. Organized truth every time. Woo-hoo-wee. Man, y'all already know what it is, man. It's God killing the house. Juju pseudo killer official in the house. And we coming to do what we got to do, and we're gonna do what we got to do. We standing tall, we standing strong. Hey, y'all know what it is, man. We double streaming, man, on the pseudo killers and the community skeptics, man. Trying to get the viewership up. Make sure y'all like and subscribe all day, every day, man. Ain't nothing but love in here. What's good with you, Juju? What it do? What it do? What it do?
You know, having a wonderful day, chilling, getting that physical fitness in.
Yeah, we're getting it in all the way in.
Mm-hmm.
All the way in, all the way. So yeah, man, I just appreciate everybody, man. It was a great discussion. Man, y'all see what's on the screen, man. Go ahead and hit that Cash App, man. Show some love, man. Show some support, man. Building that war chest, man. Y'all know what it is right there. Man, we got a good show today, man. We got a real good one, man. Y'all see the title, man? Africans in America before Columbus. All right? What the black scholars said, man. This is what it is. We want to hear. I'm trying to tell you that being African-centered or Afrocentric or Afrocentricity and all that, whatever it is we want to decide to call ourselves, it's important to get it right. There has to be a filtering system in there. And, you know, as I talk to the elders, the serious in science, like Cater, all right, he reminds me of this. Got to be serious in what you're doing. Can't just say anything and be wild out. Because you never know. Telling half truths is a whole lie for real. And that half truth, that's a whole lie, will later on be a giant lie. Pseudo claims can harm the community because they get bigger and bigger and bigger. Now we got a whole black indigenous tribe, man. Craziest thing ever, man. And I'm reminded of that, the quote unquote, the melanin thing. Remember that, Juju? we're gonna do it. Remember that? Remember how that one pseudoscientist infected the whole community, all the elders? Remember that? And they all taught the same thing. From Francis Cress, Wellsing, all of them taught that. James Smalls, Leonard, they all taught that. Had a blind spot.
Messed it up.
And they give people room to call them pseudos, like Francis Cress Wells, call them pseudos. It's in a book. Man, but you know we fix everything around here, man. Y'all see that right there, man. That's interviews with expert, man. It's coming, man. Show some love, man. Build that war chest up, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Man. So we're going to get started, man. We're going to get this thing going, Juju. Let me see who in that chat. Who in the chat, man? I see some names in there. Some interesting names in there. Oh man. Cedric, pseudo kill official, man. What's good? What it do, man? What it do?
Shout out to Cedric's son doing good things.
Yeah, big up whatever the family members doing big things, man. Appreciate the babies, man.
Absolutely.
Young gentlemen. Hey, listen, pay attention, and get there. Be knowledge. What it do? The homie. What it do? Funny guy. Unbiased Ron. Podcast. What it do? What else we got? Chaku. I can't read the last thing, no disrespect. What it do? Man, big up to all the Native Americans. Real and unreal. Big up. Lamar Pope, Pseudo Killer Army. Mac Rob, Pseudo Killer Official. Some good content here, man. Chavis. McCray. What it do?
Chavis.
Is that Chavis?
Yeah, that's Chavis.
Chavis. I always say his name wrong. Big up to the brother,
Chavis.
Man.
But we know who he is.
He always in a life. That's important, yo. He always with his sons, man. There ain't nothing better than that, bro.
Facts.
That fatherhood give back tenfold, bro. Respect
definitely
you,
supporting his babies.
I mean, definitely. He ain't playing.
Chavis.
Cuban Crisis. Man, I want y'all to make sure you check out the documentary that we got, man. That was a good one, too. And did you look at it? Did you look at it? Did you look at it, Juju? Did you look at
I
it?
looked at it.
Interesting, right? Interesting. We're gonna give our take on it. We're gonna run it back and give our take on it. What you think? You laugh? You ain't said nothing. What did you think?
I mean, I see if insert him his name in there.
Huh?
Native Americans came.
No, what you think I'm talking about?
You talking about the article?
No, I'm talking about the video I released with Dr. Colin.
Oh, Dr. Colin.
Dr.
Colin. I haven't watched it yet.
Okay, y'all got to look at it.
Yes. Oh yeah. I'm finna get it in. I was planning to get it in now while I do some more physical fitness. Yeah. I'll be standing on that. We gotta get that physical fitness in. We gotta get healthy this year, family. Yeah.
How they say
you better get to the Black Widow before you do anything else, please. And thank you.
I'm not even looking at a thing, so you get to it. Let me see.
No, I need you to do it.
All right. What you need me to do? What's up?
PKO. Shout out to the one and only the Black
Really?
Widow.
Can I get a shot? Oh, you playing, yo. Big up to Miss Tiff because you playing. The theory of the mind. Do y'all know what the theory of the mind is, yo? Now, while I was talking, I was actually getting this clip together right here. Look. I was getting this clip together right here. This is what I was getting together. I was actually getting this clip together right here.
All right. My bad.
Yeah, I was getting the clip together. And
you're welcome, sis. You know I got you. Lady Killer got Lady Killer.
Miss Tiff dove up in there. I didn't see it because I wasn't looking.
You don't really know. We really run. We really run.
Yeah, but big up to Miss Tiff though. But yeah, I wasn't even looking at the screen.
I know.
So you.
So I was just saying, I had your back.
But why would she need to say, can she get a shout out? No, you can't. We don't shout out the police. Let me stop.
Compliance officer.
Compliance officer. Both of y'all. Compliance off. Both of y'all. Both of y'all.
Compliance officer.
Yeah,
we not.
No, big up to Miss Tiff, man. that thing running super smooth, yo. Without it, we've been fell apart. Wouldn't have had nobody in there.
Facts.
Wouldn't have had nobody in. Big up, play an integral role in what we're doing, man. We appreciate that. And they actually got some good pieces. They done, I think, two super quality shows, man. Some of our best shows was done by the women in the server, so that's real right there, man. That's all jokes aside. Now that I done messed up, don't know where the hell I put the thing at. Man, let me see. All right, that's what it is. Okay. All right, we're gonna get it good. So let's start this thing off, right? Let's start it off with the first one. Let's start off with Ivan. Let's say what Ivan got to say about this, right? And it starts with Ivan. He's the first one that actually codified it, put it in the book, claimed to bring the scholarly sources that ended up tricking everybody. He relied too heavily on European sources, is what he did, right? And we're gonna show that. All right. He didn't rely on primary sources as he should have. He relied on a lot of Europeans. Well, hell, that was the only ones writing on that subject at the time. So, I mean, what else was he going to do? But instead of relying on Europeans, he should have relied on the primary sources. All right. So let's get it going. Let's get it going. And I'm gonna drop I would like to drop the link in the server. Y'all want to get in there? Now, let me do this first. All right, Juju. Let me see. Is that it? Yeah. All right. Here we go. Here you go. Fair usage. Y'all know what it is. Fair usage. We might not be fair, but it's fair usage. All right.
Native Americans came to them and told them that black-skinned people had come from the south and southeast trading in gold-tipped metal spears. Columbus may or may not have believed, but he actually collected samples of these spears. They were sent back to Spain. They were meticulously, microscopically examined in Spain, and they were found to be identical, not just similar, identical with spears being forged in African Guinea, of 32 parts, 18 were of gold, 6 of silver, and 8 of copper. Not only were they identical metallurgically, the words the Africans were using for these spears were the words the Americans were using. African word for gold, Ghana. That's why it's called Ghana, Gold Empire, the Golden Empire. And I checked it out in several African languages: Sarakole, Soninke, Gadzago, Kane, Vayan Mende, Kani, Kisi, it's Kani, Kono, it's Kani.
Yeah. Starts right there, Juju. All right. I'll get around that. When you hear that for the first time, you be like, oh my goodness. Starts right there. He said that Christopher Columbus said in his journals. So we're going to pull up his journal. And I'm going to give y'all a copy of Christopher Columbus' journal. Okay?
I don't think that's good because a lot of people misinterpret that journal. Haven't read it.
Boy, stupid.
Oh, a lot of times they haven't read it. I'm perplexed on Baba Van Sertiman, and that's what I call him. I would like to say that he got some things wrong rather than call him a pseudo, you know.
No, I wouldn't call him a pseudo. No, I'm saying the use of his work right now, you're a pseudo.
Yes, but his work has also been discredited and debunked by academia. So if you're using his work now, yes. If we're talking about then, he got it wrong. He appealed to authority to some very questionable sources. If you look at his references, you will see why. And if you look at his credentials, you'll understand why. You know. So I like to hold some respect for the elders. We understand they were up against white supremacy and the whitewashing of indigenous and African cultures. So please be respectful. That's all I have to say about that. You know, and when people say things like, "Oh, he can't even say this," then I'll be like, "Are we having a pissing contest so he can speak the best kings and queens English because he was from Guyana?" So I mean, I would imagine he would have some problems saying certain words. That's not what we're gonna, you know, beg to differ on. Okay, moving on. Let's get to
let's get to the journal. First of all, let's get to Columbus African Spears, why primary source research matters. This is important. We're going to take this from the beginning here. All right. I just understand it to be the truth. And so we're going to give you, I'm going to give you, let me get this to the audience here. Okay. We're going to copy and paste. All right. For y'all. And you can come down here. You can actually download.
Wally.
Right here. Y'all see that right there? You can download the Journal of Columbus. All right. Okay. So I want y'all to have the tools. Okay. And I want my brothers and sisters think they Native Americans. I want y'all to have that too. I want y'all to read that too. Read the primary source. Go there and click and get the primary source. Let me show you what the primary source look like. Juju, this is the primary source right here.
It is correct.
Yeah, I didn't send that. I don't think I sent that to you because I wasn't planning on reading it. But the journal, here you go. The Journal of Columbus. See it?
Correct.
The Journal of Columbus. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So we should read this before we say what it was saying. Now, everything is on 5.0 high speed these days. So we can actually download this into our chat GPT. Okay? And we can ask it specific questions about what's in the journal. Did Columbus say that black skinned people bought gold tip spears?
All right.
There you go, Juju. That's the question right there. That's the document download in chat GPT. Use your chat GPT. Do not be afraid. You have to talk to your chat GPT, right? You have to download information in it. Okay? You got to get it right. You got and you can't just rely on chat GPT because it'll access. It's like the internet sometimes. It'll give you what you want. Okay? So you got to have some understanding of the situation, of the scholarship. Got to have a basic. You can't just sit here and throw it in chat GPT. But go ahead, Juju. Go ahead, read that. So we see I asked the question, right? Y'all see the document downloaded, right?
Did Columbus say that black skinned people brought gold tip spears to trade, or does he say that natives painted themselves black?
Oh.
Based on Columbus's writings, in the document you provided, there's no mention of black skinned people coming from the South to trade gold tip spears. Instead, Columbus describes the native people he encountered as painting themselves in various colors, including black, white, and red. Additionally, he notes that the natives had darts, spears, but they were typically tipped with fish teeth or pointed in other ways, not necessarily with gold. He states that some of the natives wore small pieces of gold in their noses, and that there was a king to the south who had large amounts of gold. Therefore, the claim that Columbus stated black-skinned people brought gold-tipped spears does not appear to be supported by his own writings. Instead, the reference found in his journal suggests that native peoples themselves painted their bodies black, and that gold was present in the region, but not specifically in the form of spear tips traded by Africans.
So there we go. So now we clean that up immediately. There's no debating and arguing that. Okay. And let's go here. Okay. All right. Dwayne Wong.
Wong Omawale.
Or he's a Pan-African. All right.
Yes.
All right. So go ahead. Let's get it.
So, one of the misconceptions that comes up often in discussing about pre-Columbian African presence in the New World is this idea that Christopher Columbus documented that the natives told him that there were given spears by Black people and that these spears were later discovered to be African spears. The reality is that Columbus wrote no such thing. This claim was popularized by Ivan Van Sertima. He makes his claim in the video below. Van
right.
Sertima repeated this claim again when he testified in front of the House of Representatives. He stated, now, I am not the first to suggest that there were Africans in America before Columbus. Columbus was the first to suggest it. Columbus actually said in the journal on his second voyage when he was in Haiti, then known as Espanola, Native Americans came to him and told him that Black people come in large boats from the south and southeast, trading in gold-tipped metal spears. Probably Columbus did not believe this, and that fact in itself would not be enough because the so-called Black people could be any people. If it could be dark bronze people from South America. However, Columbus actually sent back sit back on a mail boat to Spain samples of these gold-tipped metal spears. When the metallurgists in Spain assayed these spears, they found they were identical, not similar, but were identical in the ratio of gold, silver, and copper alloys as spears then being forged in Africa, Guinea.
He went a long way, yo. He went from the gold. Think about how that got to really happen. The spears from Africa was in America. There's no artifacts found like that. But let's figure out what he got mixed up. Go ahead, Juju, because this is the mix-up.
Van Sertima is actually referring to Bartholomew de las Casas writings. I would urge everybody to read this piece of work, by the way. Gave this description in his account of Columbus' voyage. Wednesday, July 4th, he ordered sail made from the island, in which he say that since he arrived there, he never saw the sun or the stars, but that the heavens were covered with such a thick mist that it seemed they could cut it with a knife, and the heat was so very intense that they were tormented. And he ordered the course laid to the way of the southwest, which is the route leading from these islands to the south, in the name, he says, of the holy and indivisible Trinity, because then he would be on parallel with the land of the Sierra of Loa, and Cape of Sancta Ana in Guinea, which is below the equinoctial line, where he says that below that line, the world are found more gold and things of value, and that after he would navigate the Lord pleasing to the west, and from there would go to this Espanola, in which route he would prove the theory of the King John aforesaid, and that he thought to investigate the report of the Indians of this Espanola, who said that there had come to Espanola from the south and southeast a Black people who have topped of their spears made of metal, which they call guanin, of which he had sent samples to the sovereigns to have them assayed, when it was found that of 32 parts, 18 were of gold, 6 of silver, 8 of copper.
Okay, so we see exactly where it came from. Okay. And it's funny, they don't even use no periods in here. Ain't that crazy where they was writing?
Well, he gave Wednesday, July 4th, but we know where. But
I'm saying never use the whole one big run-on sentence would come.
No, but this is like, that old this is translated from Spanish, first of all.
Still got the praise.
No, but it's translated from Spanish, so
so here you go. Let's go. So we see what the confusion is.
The first area of confusion is that it was de las Casas, not Columbus, who wrote about these spears. The second area of confusion is that de las Casas mentioned nothing about these spears being African. The question one must ask is, how would the Spanish have even known if the spears were identical? Did the Spanish also assay the spears of West Africa to know what ratio of gold, silver, and copper alloys were found in the African spears?
That's a point right there, ain't it? The question one must ask is, how would the Spanish have even known if the spears were identical? Did the Spanish also assay the spears of West Africa to know what ratio of the gold, silver, and copper alloys were found in African spears? Go ahead, Juju. That's amazing right there. The question also emerges.
The question also emerges, who were these Black people? We cannot be sure, but it is worth noting that Columbus himself observed that the natives had a practice of painting themselves Black. And this is well documented.
We see it on those paintings. Remember,
you see it.
you see the white feet sticking, not the white feet, but the brown feet sticking out the black. You be like, wait a minute, yo, they ain't that dark.
Yeah, and some of their faces, like you can see the different colorations in these paintings, so you know that they've painted them, because the demarcation is like a straight line where the paint ends and where their real skin begins. So we know this. Their hair is short and coarse, almost like the hairs of horses' tails. They wear the hair brought down to the eyebrows, except a few locks behind, which they wear long and never cut. They paint themselves Black, and they are the color of the Canarians, neither Black nor white. That's an important fact. Some paint themselves white, others red, and others of what color they find. Some paint their faces, others their whole bodies, some only around the eyes, others only on their nose. I mentioned this. Okay.
You can stop there.
Got it.
I would like to show you a picture where you can actually see it, where, you know, we ain't just playing. We actually putting it here for you to understand.
Shout out to Khalil and Vasa. They know this like the back of their hands for sure.
Of course they do.
Of course they do.
Ain't no doubt about that. Let me see if I can find this right here. Okay. Right here, you can clearly see the face. See how they painted Black right there? See it, Juju?
Absolutely.
This is not a scholarly source. It's just a WordPress. Can actually pull the primaries and the vases. But for just a short period of time, you can see their hands right there. Let me make it a little bit bigger. All right, clearly showing that they was painting. So the pseudos in our community misuse these all the time. See their feet right there? All right. See the face, see the mask, all that. Different color hands, see that? There you go. Interesting, right? So we clean it up, yo, okay? And gotta be smooth with this, man. Gotta be, you know, like, it just was a mistake. Okay? Got it wrong.
Yeah.
Got it mixed up. Moving fast. I get it. Not a problem.
Overzealous, I say. Overzealous.
So hold on, let's finish. I didn't think you did. Okay, I cut you off right here, but I wanted to just show that so y'all could see that. And Ali Muhammad and all them faking, they be faking and they use these things, man. Okay, so right here, this is important. So I think you stop right here, right?
Yeah. I mention this here because the preference to Black people could very well have been the natives who painted, who were painted Black. Black in this context does not necessarily mean African, which is a point that Van Sertima himself acknowledged. This all demonstrates why primary source research is important. One of the biggest flaws in Van Sertima's work is the lack of primary sources which support his conclusions. In the case of the claim he made about the spears, Van Sertima was simply wrong. A link to the journal can be found on my digital library below for anyone who wants to read it for themselves.
There you go. And here go right here. Just let you know the brother's a Pan-African Digital Library. Here you go. A lot of resources there. Click it on and get to this. All right. It's good work by the brother. Some real easy put together work. Get that out of here. All right. Like, we're not doing this. We don't have to. We are intelligent people. And we can do it like this. Real simple. Not complicated. Not nothing. Not we don't gotta argue about it, debate it. Read the journal for yourself. All right, I'm gonna drop it again, and on the page as you read it, there's a link to it where you can get the actual journal yourself. Okay, it'll also be in our Discord. All right, join the Discord for these healthy discussions. We ain't in there cussing each other out because you get timed out. We're not doing none of that. All right. All right, I dropped the source in there for everybody.
Be able to get it.
It's in the Discord. Hold on. All right, there you have it. Okay, so let's move on. So that's who started all of it. All right, Ivan. Okay, now we move on to the next one. You know how they say, yo, you might as well get it all out because people will use it against you. Okay, so we're getting it all out. Here we go. Oh, I can hear you typing. You typing.
Yeah, Chilemboy sent me something he wants me to read also that goes to this. So I'm just trying to get it so I can add it real quick. Is that okay?
Yeah, mute out. Just mute then because we can hear it off. Oh, I mean, it's loud. All right.
Lord.
Yeah, you can read this. Hold on. I can hear you typing. That's what I'm trying to say. All right.
I heard you.
Show the video. Let me show the video. I'm sorry.
I think I'll begin by questioning the title of my lecture. What do you mean by New World? Inasmuch
All right, let me do it.
I think I'll begin by questioning the title of my lecture. What do you mean by New World? Inasmuch as the new information on the pre-Columbian presence of the African in the New World tends to prove that there were Africans in this side of the world in South America and the West Indies, but particularly in the West Indies and parts of South America as early as 500 BC. And the reading of Christopher Columbus's diary will prove that according to his own accounts, and he was no friend of the blacks, that he found Africans in the New World doing business with Indians and using minted West African coin. And that when many of the Spanish conquistadors, especially those who went to the area that is the Panama Canal, they found small black colonies with the Indians in South America. And in a work by Walter Van Werthner, dealing with terracotta and sculpture in South and in Central America, he dug up the greatest physical evidence of the presence in the Africans in the New World that has so far been dug up. And in early works of Carter G. Woodson, and in a 3-volume work by Leo Wiener called The African and the Discovery of America, he said, and he pretty much sustained what he said, that the African could have preceded the Indians in this side of the world, and that a lot that you think of as Indian culture is African culture. He got thrown out of Harvard for writing the book. Now, what did this place Christopher Columbus in context with New World discovery? And in as much as he discovered a world full of people, then let us assume that the people that he discovered something.
So there you go. One of my favorite, the great John Henry Clark. He carries the tale on further. So obviously he didn't actually access the journals and the writings of Christopher Columbus. It's clear. That's okay though. We won't be making that mistake. That's why we stand on the shoulders of the giants, because now we can see over the daggone wall, see the mistakes they made, and we won't continue to carry those mistakes on. But the only way you cannot carry the mistakes on is to see where the mistake is. Once you see what the mistake is, then you know not to make that again. So the mistake was not accessing the primary documentation and actually reading Christopher Columbus' diaries himself. That was the mistake. So he said the African was here 500 years in Colombia before colonial powers, maybe even before the Native Americans. So on the record, I will not allow them to use that against us. The ones that are hating on John Henry Clark and them, not going to allow that. So we'll correct them. Okay, we'll make sure we bring solid scholarship going forward. All right, it is what it is, man. And how they said, if you ain't making mistakes, you ain't trying hard enough. That's what I tell my kids when they competing in sports and practice. If you ain't throwing the ball away or miss dribbling, then you must not be trying hard enough. You're trying to be safe. So they wasn't trying to be safe in promoting our history. But we bring clarity to the situation. Was it something you wanted to add on to that, Juju, before I go to the next video?
Yeah. They weren't being safe because at the time white supremacy wasn't being safe either. So I gotta add that. I'm gonna add that every time because it wasn't like they was just out of pocket for no reason. They were actually trying to remedy the whitewashing of history, period and point blank, with what they had for the time. What I want to add is also people mess up. They misinterpret what Van Sertima was trying to do. So here's an expert from his book that gives a clear understanding of what exactly he meant. Abels loved to use "They Came Before Columbus" all the time. Never read one page out the book. Okay. So the truth, as far back as 1976, I made my position on this matter very clear. I never said that Africans created or founded American civilization. I said they made contact, and all significant contact between two people led to influences. I think it is necessary to make it clear, since partisan ethnocentric scholarship seems to be the order of the day, that the emergence of the Negroid face, which the archaeological and cultural data overwhelmingly confirm, in no way presupposes the lack of a native originality, the absence of other influences, or the automatic eclipse of other faces. This is page 147 of They Came Before Columbus. See also in the Journal of African Civilizations, volume 8.
Okay.
It also says I cannot subscribe to the notion that a civilization suddenly dropped into the American earth from Egypt heaven. Whatever, but it gives you a clear.
What? What'd you say?
Nothing. Let's not go there. Gives you a
Let's go there.
Nah, because I think it might be cut off. I think it might be cut off. So it's
okay. Did he say the what?
Yeah. It says something about the Egyptian heaven. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Okay. But so he affirms the presence of a Native American, indigenous American civilization and culture. He never said that some other people came over there and they were the progenitors of that culture. So we just want to state for the record for Baba Van Sertima. We understand.
So what did John Henry Clark say?
What did he say?
Yeah, you just heard it, right? Yeah, he said they might have predated Native Americans. He said that.
But who might predate the Native Americans?
Africans in America. That's what John Henry Clark just said.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy.
Just what's wrong? That ain't a problem.
First, that's the next part. Bobby Banger wants the next part.
Huh? What'd you say?
You said you want the next part, the part
what
where
next
you
part?
About the Egyptian heaven. Of what I was reading.
We don't got to read about Egyptian heaven.
Oh boy.
Let's get out of that.
Yeah. That's funny. We don't want no ladies and bittermen today. Just ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. All right, let's go to the next one. Here we go. All right. These are some of my favorite scholars. All right. I'm gonna get it out before they get it.
Should we talk about the scholars that Van Sertima used? Should we?
It was all white boys.
Yeah, but let's mention their names so people get it.
We can go to it. Let me get out the videos because we all leave, not unless you want to just throw it in. Because actually John Henry Clark named them too, just for the record.
All right.
Yeah,
I didn't hear
named
that. In
Oh,
that video, he named
yeah,
all of them.
yeah,
They weren't all white
ain't
boys. One was the
Yeah,
black boy though. Come on now.
Who was the black guy?
Clyde Winters. Come on.
I didn't hear him say Clyde with his name.
Clyde Winters is referenced in that book though.
No, John Henry Clark ain't mentioned no Clyde Winters.
I'm not talking about what John Henry Clark said.
Oh, who are you talking about then?
Let's mention the people that Ivan Van Sertima sourced from in his book. The reason why
Lil Wayne and all them. All right, okay. It was all white boys, but
and Clyde. Come on.
Oh, you saying he Clyde the Glide? You said he mentioned Clyde. That's what threw him completely off right there.
Correct. It was lots of things in that book, but I'm gonna mention the main people. And the reason why this is problematic is Barry Fell. Don't forget that. And when you understand who Barry Fells was, you can look where he got it from. Leo Weiner, got Alexander von Wathenu. These are some important people that you need to understand because these people, these ABO group, they love to bring this outdated pseudo historical people up. Those are the names. And Clyde Winters. Shout out to Clyde though. Nice.
Shout out to Clyde. You know, I can actually get Clyde on here. He was like,
yeah, I know.
Man, you're gonna let them people attack me. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna let you get it. I'm gonna let you.
No, we're not gonna let nobody attack him. He's an elder.
I ain't gonna attack Clyde.
Yeah, no.
But I you know what? But I don't know if I can come up here and let him do a whole.
I know, right? I don't know if we can do that. I don't know. We love you, elder.
We love you. Ain't gonna let you, ain't gonna let you play with us like that. But Clyde, my man, because I used to defend Clyde, yo. I went up against Clyde against some good information, yo. And I ain't gonna tell you where y'all can find the video at now. Look for it and then use it against me. Nah, I'm gonna find it and play it for y'all.
Not you doing it. Don't do that. Don't do that, boy. They will find it.
Yeah, maybe I should find it and I'm gonna find it.
Maybe you should. Maybe you should.
I ain't gonna do y'all like
that.
Take
ownership. Okay.
I'm gonna take ownership.
All right. Yep. Be knowledge. Salute to the.
I don't want to take ownership right now.
I know that's the past, but if you don't do it, somebody will take it and manipulate it.
Use it against you, boy.
Exactly.
All right. I had to wake myself up. That's why I have compassion for y'all when y'all do this. Because I done it, right? That's why I have compassion for you.
Yeah,
I want to be a hypocrite. I used to say the same thing. That's why I'm qualified to really get a conversation because I was there. I seen how I didn't know, and I was looking at the eyeball test, and it was crazy, yo.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Here's the next one. Here we go.
Is that Black Africans landed in America 2,000 years before Columbus?
I would not specify the day, but probably exceeding 2,000 years. The fact is that Columbus never came to the United States of America or North and South America. He came as close as San Salvador. There's a rumor that says that Columbus came to America. He did not come to America. He came to an island off America. Vespucci came to America, not Columbus. He came to the Caribbeans, but it is commonly stated, just as much as they state that Columbus discovered America while the Indians sat down watching him doing it. Now, but the knowledge of Africans in the Americas quite knowledgeable to scholars. The fact that it's suppressed doesn't have any validity at all.
Let me bounce a couple of things off of you. One thing. This article that I'm going to be referring to our home audience and to our studio audience, this article came out in the September 1981 issue of Science Digest, and it's entitled Black Kings in Ancient America. You and some other black scholars believe that these people, African people, came to this continent before Columbus.
We don't believe, we know.
How do you know? What evidence?
The evidence is there. For example, when you go to Central America, the Yucatan Peninsula, and at Ecuador and places like that, they have caches of Carthaginian money found 200 feet down in the ground, meaning that there were pluvial disruptions and those money was buried. So it indicates a period of time, at least from that, when you look at the strategy, you could tell the period of time in which they've been here. And when you're talking about Carthage, you're talking about at least 212 BC when Carthage was finally destroyed by the Romans. Again, the Queen Makeda, which you call the Queen of Sheba, there are maps which Rome, the church in Rome, the so-called Holy Father, has suppressed these maps from the time of Justinian, showing South America and what is today called Central America. The maps there and Makeda goes back to at least 892 BC.
Before Christ.
Before the
Let me point out another thing, just from the same article. I don't know if we can see this on television, but here is a picture. Tell me what this is, and why do you see this as proof of the presence of Africans in America before?
That is the head of an Olmec, and the Olmecs were said to be the first of the indigenous Americans. And if an Olmec walked in here, then you would believe that he had come from the middle of Africa. And there is no doubt about it that all of the writers prior to racism admitted that the Olmecs were in fact Africans who had come across here. There is no doubt when Pigafetta and others, the point is that Van Sertima is writing and others, but Leo Weiner in 1938 at Harvard University wrote a 2-volume book for which he was fired about the Africans, Olmecs being Africans. And
let me bounce this off of you, okay? You take the same statue. You say, you say that they're obviously black features, thick lips, broad nose.
The stereotype.
Okay, the stereotype. Other anthropologists say, I think Michael Cole was one of them. He says that this is not a black man. He said the people who made these statues, which I understand are 8 feet high, the people who made these statues didn't have sharp enough tools to give them white features. So they're not really black statues. They're white people carved with crude tools. What's your response to that?
It's strange that the tools were not sharp enough to make noses, but it was sharp enough to put eyelids.
There you go. Y'all heard him. That's my favorite. I'm showing y'all my favorites. Okay. So it just gets bigger and bigger. And we heard him. Heard exactly what he said. We're not going to act like we didn't hear that. All right. Clear. He also talked about the Carthaginian and coins being down a certain strata. So I kind of learned familiarity with anthropology and archaeology listening to Dr. Ben when he used those words. But he talked about the Carthaginian, and he talked about the coins that was minted here, minted there, and brought over here because I've actually read those articles before. If you've been following me for a long enough time, I had a guy on there that actually detailed these types of things. I forget his name. It's on some of my older shows on YouTube, and it was wild. So I was wild like that too. The Carthaginians came over here and all that. Yeah, all that's been in our game, man. And so now we just reached a generation where we can't continue to do this because we're getting pounded out. When Professor Dave and them jump up and swing at us, man, we got to be ready. Okay, we got to be on par. Okay, we got to let the rest of the world know that we're on par, man. That we here. Can't trick us. People doing this over and over again, they're tricking us and they scamming us. Those brothers right there, they just made mistakes. They use available data because it was definitely a hot debated topic before DNA, before more archaeological finds was found. It was definitely a debated. So they was in the transition of that debate, right? And they going against European scholarship and the whole Egypt thing. So it was a lot going on back then. Look how old that video is. Talking about 30 years ago, 40 years ago. I'm saying things have changed. We do not have to continue this. We can still look at Dr. Ben's work. We can still look at Ivan Van Sertima's work. We can still read the books of John Henry Clark and just recognize the things that they absolutely got wrong. I see you got a picture here.
This is what they saw. This is
Go ahead.
Jaguar tattoo. I'll put the link in the article, but this is what Columbus saw. This is present day. It says in Panama. So just giving you an idea, a real life example of what that tattoo would look like and what they saw. The demarcation, you see how it's the straight line between her skin and the black tattooing or paint. So yeah, this is from Vyasa, of course, well studied on this, but this is what these people saw. Shout out to Port City in the building.
Yeah, we go ahead.
I just wanted to give people a real life. Exactly, definitely drop the link from Port City, but I just wanted to give people a real life idea of what Columbus would have seen as far as the native peoples. That's all, Bobby.
All right, here we go.
Cute little girl.
Let us move on. We run this thing all the way back to Tariq.
Oh Lord, let me go mute.
Around the strongest thing in the country was that blackness, and that I'm not. You didn't hear me. Is it come to
Oh man, let me get this right. It's spinning. The wheel of fortune is spinning. Why is it spinning, man?
Tell them about your telescope right quick.
What you mean, tell them about it?
They want to know what brand it is, what type of telescope. Do you remember?
Yep.
But I will tell them again. What is it?
Celestron Omni.
So it is
AZ-102.
It's a Celestron AZ-102. But Brick City, if you go on our Galaxy and Beyond, go to the comments section. I do list Celestron, and you can press on it and then send you to some other pages about that telescope. And then it has Anthony's model that he uses, just to let you know, Brick City. I gave you all the information in the comment section. FYI.
You're gonna go broke messing with what Anthony got.
Oh, yeah.
Better stick to that Celestron behind my head.
Anthony,
I ain't trying to be funny.
Anthony,
but if you ain't serious with it, if you ain't
but
out there every day, better be when you spend that kind of money, you better be out there every day.
Yeah, but Anthony do. It's a clear night. He is out there,
out there every day.
And he's stacking.
That's the point. That's the point.
You know how long it take a photo to stack? He got photos that been stacking for 18 hours, 20 hours, 10 hours. So I learned a little bit of the process from him.
But get that Celestron.
Yeah.
Together and unite around the strongest thing in the country was that blackness. And that I'm not. You didn't hear me say anything about African American. Native Black Americans are the strongest thing. And now you see, well, this Native Indians, there ain't no such thing as the Native Indians. What are the Indians in the country? They came in here about 10,000 years after Black folk were here already. And they interbred with Black folk and create what you call Native Americans, but they're getting all the advantages and benefits.
So now you see what we got it from.
We gotta stop, bro.
So you see what you see what Tariq got it from. Tariq brought him in. He's on Hidden Colors, remember? So I'm sending them trails.
Sorry,
you ain't never watched it?
No. But I do. You know what? I went through my old Instagram all the way to the bottom, and I was like, I see why Bobby Brain could think I was so pseudo, but I really didn't believe all that stuff. I was like, oh, nah, not really. It was like interesting, but yeah, I wouldn't go on like that. I gotta erase that now. I gotta go back and erase that. But yeah, okay, my apologies, Bobby. I get it now. But I wasn't deep like you think I was. Not at all.
No, I knew.
Not at all. No.
Oh,
I'm the type of person, I'll post stuff I don't necessarily agree with, but I think it's provocative. That'd be me. You feel me? But I get it now. I get it. Go ahead. I just wanted to say that. I gotta be fair.
Yeah, be fair.
Yeah.
They all got it fair. They all got it.
Yeah, but this is problematic. We got a foul on you now. Sorry, Dr. Claude. We gotta do it.
Clyde? What do you mean? We ain't saying nothing about
Claude,
Clyde.
and his name Dr.
Oh
Claude.
yeah, Claude. Yeah.
That's Dr.
Got
Claude
that folly.
Anderson. Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't. I
Well,
like
you
him
saying
though,
you
yo.
smoking that Natali pack? That's what you said? Is that what you said? The flying
Nah.
monkey? No, okay.
Here we go. The flying monkey
My bad.
back.
My bad.
We can all thank the Twa and Mbuti for our presence here. Had they not done what they did, we wouldn't be here today. They populated the world about 100,000 years ago. There is evidence of a woman found in San Diego, California. Her bones are about 80 to 90,000 years old. When you look at the California, named after Queen Khalifa, it was an African woman. So that when we're looking at these migrations, when we're looking at the people here, people came in waves. And the first wave is going to be the Twa and Mbuti. The second wave is going to be what's called the Clovis Folsom people. Clovis Folsom are going to be found in Clovis Folsom, New Mexico. McJunker, African American, who was an archaeologist, anthropologist, found these bones.
Oh my God. It's Kaba Kamin.
Yo, he sound good. He sound crystal with it, don't he?
This is definitely the Pat the pseudo smoking on. The elbows. This is that
you don't get better than him. You don't get better than him. I'm gonna let y'all know right now. Nah, you ain't get better. That's my man right there, yo. Y'all tripping.
He's so
y'all
cool,
tripping, yo. Yeah, y'all tripping.
I get
it.
Yo,
y'all tripping. Y'all think I'm hating. I ain't hating at all. I'm just saying, yo, I want y'all to hear it, yo. Hear how different packages is put together. Right? That way, when they coming at you, you can say, that's why, yo, that's why we so equipped around here, yo, because I heard some of the best people spit that spit. I ain't seen nobody spit that spit like that. You hear what he was saying? What?
Yeah, boy.
Come on, man. If y'all didn't come up listening to him, yo, you ain't gonna be able to get me.
Right.
Come on, let's come on, like Malachi. You ain't heard him spit that fire? What? Ivan and them, Dr. Ben and them, y'all ain't heard that fight, but that guy right there, Crystal.
Yeah.
Man, come on, man. Y'all ain't gonna be able to get past that. I'm glad we ain't got nobody. We got like wish he didn't fell off Buzz Lightyear and fell off the cliff somewhere. Right? But these dudes, these pretendians now, they ain't clear like that. This man's speech was clear, crystal. Bow, 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 bow. Come on, man.
Don't even know who you talking about when you say Buzz Lightyear. That's
funny. You don't know what I'm talking about? Y'all know who Buzz is. Y'all supposed to know who Buzz is. Y'all know who Buzz Lightyear is, man.
Yeah, boy, that's funny. Yeah, Kaba Kamin is the best to do that. Unfortunately. So I get what you're proving here. We got it honestly. We got it
honestly, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch this. I want to show them what the field looked like when I came in here. This is what it looked like. I'm showing you. Showing you what the field looked like. We had to come in and come.
Oh my God, not Bobby. Oh, we know. No, Shayla. No, Shayla.
That whole African American thing is to omit. You see, the indigenous black man of this particular land too. What's that? When we brought the African American term, we cut out all of the Caribbean, right? All of South America, right? All of Latin America. And this is another way to reclassify you. You see what I'm saying? Outside of power. That's a political move that was put in by the government to break you down to this subclass. You see.
The great Bobby Hemmett. Man, used to go over Bobby Hemmett house. Man, you going one of Bobby Hemmett room. First of all, he got an altar in every corner. Y'all ain't never seen nothing like that. You go in the bathroom, you got an altar on the back of the toilet. You got an altar in the daggone where the medicine cabin's supposed to be. You go in the room, he got books. He don't use no bookshelves. He got books piled up from the floor all the way down to the ceiling, all the way around the wall. You ain't never seen nothing like it. You ain't never seen such a collection of pseudo books in your life. Never. So y'all not getting over on me. I'm hearing you say it before you say it. I know the choice of words you use and what point you're trying to get to. Trust me, I done heard the best. Bob, you hear him? He was saying that the reason they use the term African American is to cut you off from the global African presence. You ain't hear how he put that together? I ain't seen people that slick lately. Say it again. He said the reason they chose African American food was to cut you off from the global presence and how the Native Americans was, how you was the indigenous ones here. Huh. What are we talking about there, Juju?
Oh my God.
Yeah. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? But I want to end it with this right here.
Oh boy.
I want to end it with this.
I'm crying because now you just lifted the veil from over my face. Now I get it. And it's disheartening because
it's not because we here. It actually is not.
It is disheartening.
But once you gotta get over it. You gotta get
but now you see the separation from scientific rigor, historical rigor in academia versus our how I want to say our conscious community street preachers. That this became a big problem. It's a big problem.
It's a big problem now. We dealing with the problem. We got to deal with the problem. You see that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we dealing with the problem. Okay? We're dealing with the problem. All right? We are dealing with the problem. All right? And so let's deal with it. That's the point. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to deal with the problem. You got to recognize, that without them, right, we don't even hear what the problem would have been. So we already know what the problem is when we run into that next generation on TikTok, man. Big up to all the people that's fighting hard, like Port City and them on TikTok, man. Big up. But see, we done already heard the problem. We got downloaded the problem. And if you can fight out of that and get you on this side, we is definitely prepared to make sure everybody else is prepared, Juju. That's why we do what we do. Big up to the pseudo killers, man. Big up to the community skeptics. That's why we here. Just for these moments right here. Now I done dropped the link into the server. All right. Let's see what this next one is. It's my favorite statement right here. He gonna throw some sparks. The great John
question directly or not.
Will we have time to sum up?
Yes, you certainly will.
You treat. I think we should. All right. I just wanted Professor Lestwich to know some basic information about the concept of Afrocentricity. There's a lot of people who believe in the African awakening and discovering of their history and their culture who do not accept the word Afrocentricity because it's a compromise with the word Africa. It's either African centricity or it's nothing. And if she attacks Afrocentricity as the teacher of myth, have she attacked the nonsense about Columbus discovering America? Because he discovered absolutely nothing, and he committed an act of genocide.
So like I said, John Henry Clark did not agree with Afrocentricity. That was my whole point. Just wanted to throw that one out there for y'all. Man, I done dropped the link, man. I'm going to drop it in the thing, man. We can get in real quick when we get out of here, man. Appreciate everybody, man. What it do, man? What it do? It is what it is, man. We got it honest around here, man. We will not continue to carry this on, yo. All right? Say it again. We will not continue to carry on the mistakes that the elders made. That's not how you grow as a people. Humans make mistakes, right? And the intelligent people learn from the mistakes of others. They do not learn from their own mistakes. He did say that. You can't listen. He absolutely said that. But play it again, Juju. Somebody just said he didn't say that. He did say that.
Play it again.
He played it. He said that. All right. You know what the man said? I picked the clip because he said it. You feel me, Juju? I know why I picked the clip. Now, the part you messing up on, right? When he wanted to say if a person ain't dealing with Afro or being Afro-centered, but the words are so tongue-tidy that he said Afrocentricity, but he didn't mean that. And you know he didn't mean that based off what he said. Come on, man. We misspeak all the time. But you got to put it in the context to kind of sift through and see what it. Then watch this. Here you go.
Ask the question directly or not.
Will we have time to sum up?
Yes, you certainly will.
You please. I think we should. All right. I just wanted Professor Lestwich to know some basic information about the concept of Afrocentricity. There's a lot of people who believe in the African awakening and discovering of their history and their culture who do not accept the word Afrocentricity because it's a compromise with the word Africa. It's either African centricity or it's nothing. And if she attacks Afrocentricity as the teacher of myth, have she attacked the nonsense about Columbus discovering America?
Okay, so another thing I definitely want to do before I get to our brother Chilembe is we're going to critique this debate right here. That's our last frontier right there. We're going to critique that debate, and we want to hear, what are we hearing? We want to see the strengths and the weaknesses of the great John B. Clarke. Now, when I first heard it, I was like, yeah, it was a rout. But once I got clear and understanding science and what it was they were saying, and then I started to learn a little bit more, right? So I'm going to say this again. Intelligent people learn from other people's mistakes, and idiots learn from their own mistakes. Just that simple. It's not hard. It ain't that hard. And so we got elders that we can learn from. We took it wrong. When we say we're supposed to learn from them, did we think we was going to learn everything was right? You don't just learn everything right from a person. You learn things that was wrong too from a person. Y'all didn't know that? It's two sides of the coin when you learn it. I'm going to make mistakes, and later on, you will come behind me. You will come behind the pseudo killers. You will come behind some of the knowledge on the community skeptics, and you will build off of that. Right? If you're using the same mistakes, right, then you're not actually building. I'm gonna say this again. It's called building. This is what science does. They learn from what the last scientists put out there. Okay, we learned about the cosmic background. Okay, we're going to use this. Now we get to another level. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, that was the mistakes they made. We can see it. Let's do it this way. That's what you're supposed to do. We never was supposed to look at these elders and say they got everything right, because then that would make it stagnant. We'd be stuck back in the 50s, and that's what we'd be doing. What's on your mind, Chilembe? How you doing, brother?
I'm good. How everybody doing?
In here rocking.
I see. You know, it's a big day tomorrow. Them birds gonna be flying high. I'm getting ready for the party and celebration, but I wanted to take a chance to hop on right quick, um, and really add to this discussion, right? Because I think it's important that we recognize the mistakes and the things they got right? And then keep it within the context of their time, right? The way science works is it builds upon previous information. Very rarely do a new idea just get birthed out of nothing, right? There's some serendipity in play where they're looking for one thing and they find something else, of course. But overall, it's about building upon and adding to, right? And so somehow or another, this generation and the generation prior to it didn't build upon it in the right direction. They made it worse. So where Ivan Van Sertima was arguing this concept of um, Africans coming to America, you got Ali Muhammad now saying that the natives were imported later, right? That the Olmecs were all African, right? And Dr. Clark made the claim that Africans were here prior to Native Americans' arrival, um, but that doesn't mean everything he said was wrong, right? That other works he had was wrong. And then we got to understand that um, black people having come through such a traumatic experience over the course of 300 years, have lost something and attempting to regain it, have grabbed hold of mythology, superstition, and fantasy, and using that to plug up a hole in our cultural memory. And we got to recognize that um, so in some ways we tend to imitate the evils of the world in different manifestations. Like when the majority in America gets mad at immigration, we find African Americans tending to use that same talking point, as if we don't have an identity and a collectiveness ourselves. You get what I'm saying? It's almost like a trauma response. I remember, I can't remember who said it, but it said that America and Black America is like an abusive relationship, right? In which those who were abused defend the abuser. And so in some ways we've taken on the rhetoric of the abuser and are using it to punch down on other people. So now Native Americans didn't have the ability to create their own civilizations without diffusion, without people from Africa coming over to help them, or people from Europe helping them. These were the same rhetoric and words that were used against Africans during the time of slavery. You know, I heard people say West Africa didn't have a writing system, or that West Africa didn't have this, or Central Africa didn't have this. So I think the best way forward is not only to address the errors of the past, but to also present what is actually true, right? To tell what is correct, so that people can now understand that science and the development of science is a world endeavor, and that there are contributions across the globe to that. So that's what I wanted to say. That's all I wanted to say.
All right, and we're gonna have an after show too. All right, because I know I gotta get out of here. Let me get you in real quick. Where you at, JJ 7000?
Hey, what's
Let
up,
me get
brother?
my man Porcine. What's on your mind, man? What say you?
Peace and blessings, brother. Well, this is one of my topics that I did a lot of research on. I got a couple of questions.
We're gonna ask that on the after show.
Oh,
Just make a point.
Are we from the after show? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna have after show. Yep. Hey, Miss Tiff, set up the after show for us, please.
So
I'm gonna tell you now, them Davenport tablets gonna choke you to death. Don't do it.
I threw that out there for you to,
the who kind of tablet?
Where you in?
I don't know why.
Because she says that's not the only thing. We have skeletons. We have skulls. We have all that proven. My people came over. See, Garfield ran from this type of information. I had to do a whole presentation on Sunday.
Because you're 10 years late. All these things have already been dealt
let
with.
that man get that out. I'm going to get off here. I got a basketball game to coach.
I will debate you, sister, on this topic any day. I'm telling you.
All right, man. We're going to set that up.
Yeah, we got to set that up, man.
Let Juju get her first body. Second, third body for real. You know that's her topic for real. She do that.
Hey, like I say, man, the information. I mean, even Columbus himself wrote in his diary, ladies and gentlemen.
No, he didn't.
Don't worry.
He ain't say he saw us hit on.
We got gold tip spears that they ain't even debunked, ladies and gentlemen. See, I got so much. I got so much coming out my bag, man. It's far.
All right, hold that.
All over the floor, y'all.
All right, we're gonna get that set up. You can talk about it on the after show since you didn't see the beginning of the show.
Show it then. I ain't got no problem with it.
It's coming. We got you. I see you. Hold that for your debate. Don't tell us. We don't want the answers early. What's up, Port City?
We already got
yo.
to the test.
What up, man? What's good?
What's going on, man? You know, just another day in Pseudoville, USA.
Pseudoville.
That's pseudo crack.
I like to call it pseudo crack rock, man.
Oh, they smoking
these niggas smoking pseudo crack rock, man. It's crazy. But now, what's up, everybody? Peace to everybody on the panel.
Appreciate you coming through, man. Where can they find you at, though, Port City?
Go to Port City African Centered Consciousness. I'm on YouTube. I'm on TikTok too, Port City, on both platforms and stuff. So I appreciate that, brother.
Okay.
Tell them about the Black Rice tour real quick.
Oh yeah, we got a Black Rice tour coming up. Port City Black Rice tour coming up. I'm going to try to open up in May. This is a trip that everybody can get a chance to see West African rice technology brought over here from West Africa to the Carolinas. We're going to have a trip in Charleston, South Carolina, meet at the African History Museum that's there. And then from that museum, I'm going to get you guys we're going to get it in the bus. We're going to go straight to the rice fields to see exactly where these fields was at, where we was able to do this technology and stuff too. Along that same path is the Stono Rebellion. So all of that is just beautiful history that people don't ever really know. After that trip, we're going to go get something to eat at one of the local spots. So stay tuned. Make sure you guys follow me if you guys are interested in it. A lot of people didn't know that it was West Africans that taught these motherfuckers how to grow rice. They wasn't growing rice like that over here.
They ain't ready for that type of information, man.
They ain't ready.
You got to give them some baby food, man. They
already got my ticket, Port City.
Okay. Yes. I appreciate that. But yeah, I'm gonna try to open up the books in May. If I can get all the seats filled, we are rolling. I got all the deposits all lined up. So if all I got to do is communicate with the museum, the rice facility, and the restaurant folks and stuff. So it's gonna be fun.
Go ahead and drop your link for the Black Rice tour in the chat if you want.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I got it for you.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, appreciate y'all signing up. If you guys are going to be in the Charleston area, make sure you guys take advantage of this history that's right in our backyard. A lot of us live up and down the 95 region. We pass this shit every day. And when you learn exactly how rice technology was learned over there, they saw us doing it over there first. 3,000 years ago in West Africa, Oryza glamarama was planted. Okay, that's our own domesticated rice, not Asian rice. Now, Asia did they shit too, but we did our own shit too. Not American rice. American rice is wild rice, not the same rice that we eat today. And it was the love of an African woman who put that rice in the hair. The rice was put into the female's hair and it ended up in Suriname, South Africa, Brazil. There's still strands of Oryza glamarama still there. There's still practices of the maroon colonies teaching this culture to their kids. So this stuff is right here, yo. Ain't no need to believe anything other than we are African, because we still carry those cultural continuities and stuff. So thank you for letting me put that plug out. Appreciate it.
Material.
It's all good, man. Hey, look, man, y'all know what it is, man. Make sure y'all support. Hit the Cash App, man. We got Cater coming through, man, in about a month's time, man. We're gonna build that war chest up, man. Appreciate everybody stopped through. We can ready to do that daggone after show, man, in about an hour, man. We're gonna get that in, man. That's important for what we doing here, man. I appreciate everybody. Make sure you dive back in here, everybody, man. I want y'all to get it in full force in the subject and the title, man. I appreciate everybody in the chat, man. To all the pseudo killers, to all the people just sliding through. Appreciate the views going up, man. Appreciate y'all over there at the pseudo killers right now. Man, like and subscribe to the channel, build up our subscribers, man, so we can get this information out. We serious about what we doing. We're not playing. We're not gonna cuss you out. Woman say, I ain't gonna cuss you out. I want you to say, I ain't gonna let you talk me to death, though. But I'm gonna let you get it out, though. I'm gonna let you get it out to a certain degree, and we're gonna have that conversation. Because it's always important, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Y'all know who it is, what the show is, and what we doing. And y'all
Bobby Banger from the block, seen it all raw tough. Streets of Baltimore where survivors always rough. Joined the Marines fighting for a life he could save. But back in the hood, he felt like a runaway slave. Started an army, not of guns but of wisdom. I'm a rock squad, truth the anthem, we ain't just a God killer. Bobby Banger on his path for the truth. Empower the people, give them wisdom as the proof. Black power rising, knowledge that shines like a light. He's fighting for the future, ready to ignite. Selling drugs on the corner just to put food on plates, but deep in his heart, he knew he had greater fates. From the traps to the lab, he fights ignorance raw, teaching evolution while shaking up the law. The real black atheist is changing the game, waking up minds never the same. God killer Bobby Banger on his path for the truth, empower the people.
Man, y'all already know what it is, man. Man, this particular episode was brought to you by Conscious Ingenuity, building character, confidence, and capabilities through STEAM. Big up the Oya, Dr. Oya Mayat, man. Big up the Morgan State. Beautiful class. Got a chance to meet the students and build with them on STEM and the African origin of STEM. Look, man, I'm your host, Bobby Banger. Get ready for that after show going down an hour, man. Man, get your intellectual guns out. It's going down, man. And with that, we out.